magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future. Transformers Slag Podcast. What up, everybody? How we all doing this Saturday night? First Saturday of 2024. This is the Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday Night live stream main event. I'm your host, Proto Man. I am the face that runs this place. I'm the voice you hear Monday to Friday. Although it's been a spotty Monday to Friday, probably the first time it's been this bad in the 10 years we've been doing this podcast. But we are here. We are here to talk Transformers, recap the news, take some super chats from the fans, and just cover some cool stuff. We have a small little Symbiot Studios reveal we're going to be doing today. If you could probably notice in the background, we got rid of the HasLab Desaurus. It's time to put that box into storage. And I thought, well, you know what? Let's bring a nice prestigious Costco exclusive Transformers Energon Armada repaint Minton box and use it to prop up the Slag and Catnip Bravo and a little bit of third party because I'm really digging this guy. Just for now, we'll see. Always try to put different stuff in the background. It is what it is. But how we all doing? How we all doing this Saturday night? Just chilling with everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the end of year celebration with Aaron Archer and Jaws D popping in. I'm going to try to have them more in the future. It's kind of difficult to make the moon and the stars align to get everyone together on a Saturday night. Sometimes I worry one day I might not be able to do it every Saturday night. And yes, somebody did get a haircut. Desperately needed one. Although, you know, some areas need more hair than others. Let's put it that way. But it is what it is. Lizard Sphere X, I actually bought that brand new back in the day. You know, I was just like, man, that is some wild yellow overload. That's straight up. What's up? Paul's here too. Goober's here. Let's see who else is here today. We got Lizard Sphere X is here. James is here. Somkiat. Tom Laney. Michael Koo is here. I'm glad Michael's here because Michael is going to be part of this show tonight. Sent some cool stuff in the mail. Cringe McCringle taking time off work from Target to hang out. That's awesome. Horned Owl, Will Murphy, Bigum, a lot of the YouTube members here today. Sharif, Fawnhart, who's one of our new ones. Princeton Phalanx 59. Link CW, who's on his way to work. You know what? We all got to work. I don't blame you. You don't blame you at all, my friend. Talib is here. T-Formers 2002. Ashnod, Roman, Mike, Rosen, Bigum. Orlando Chavez, what a turnout. Boys and girls. Good one today. So, we don't have a lot of news, but we have a lot of cool stuff we could talk about. A lot of cool things that came in the mail. And at least we got a small Symbiot Studios reveal. Nothing too major, but I figured because since it's 2024 and we're kind of refreshing everything new, I was going to redo a lot of the sponsorship stuff, obviously, and the seats. Like I said, is no longer a sponsor of the podcast. We had the contract with them. They said that they were going to be ending the Transformer chairs at the end of 2023. So we shook our hands and we went our separate ways. But thank you, Anda Seats, for a good 18 months of sponsorship and, hey, and a really cool chair that goes with the shirt. So I can't go wrong with that. Should have made a hot rod chair, man. That's all I got to say. Before you called it quits, you should have made me a hot rod chair. But it is what it is. Anyways. Let's jump into the news. We're going to cover some stuff here and there. And yeah, we'll just enjoy the evening together. And once again, super chat if you want to have a comment or question addressed. If not, the YouTube members will take care of that because they probably are also stacked and ready to go. So the first thing we're going to cover is what I covered earlier this week. And it was, hey, remember KreO? I know I remember KreO because I love KreO. And yeah, great stuff. Great stuff what KreO was. And we already got a super chat. Brainstorm 2002 with the $5 super chat. Hi, Proto. Hi, Brainstorm. Welcome to the craziness. And I hope you enjoy the next 2 hours of this evening talking about the robots in the skies. Hope to hear your voice later today, too. Oh, Ninjatron is here, too, also. I just saw Dylan. You always sneak in like a ninja. And speaking of ninjas, see how I segue that? We got some ninjas and samurais and pirates and gladiators. And what am I forgetting here? Wise Guys and Wild West and all the others. So we're looking at here the unreleased Wave 4 KreO Warriors. that were supposed to come out in 2015. Now, the Creo Warriors was a line that was exclusive to Canada and Asia. And I remember one case of them showing up at our Toys R Us, and I remember picking up a few of these. I don't have many of them because they literally only one case showed up here in Canada, and I was lucky to get the Optimus Prime Cowboy, which I think is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. I like how he has like the wagon wheels on the side instead of the traditional Transformer, like rubber wheels. I love it. Looks so cool. I don't know, it just works. Cowboy Optimus, Peter Cullen, the cowboy hat. I don't know, it just works. It just works. Even though he's from Montreal. Anyways, but so point is that we got to see what a potential Wave 4 would have been like. These all showed up on Baidu, the Chinese message board. And yeah, so we would have got a Gladiator Optimus, a Army Optimus, a Ninja Ninja Jazz, which kind of would work because Jazz was part of the Ninja Corp and animated, so that kind of works. Ninja Jazz, an Army Jazz, this was called Wise Guys Megatron, which was kind of like based in like the 1930s mobster era. So you had like a Wise Guy Megatron with a Molotov cocktail. We got a Gladiator Megatron, a Pirate Bumblebee versus a Ninja Bumblebee. It is absolutely wild. A Wild West Starscream, which that one I kind of dig. I kind of like that Starscream. Would have been cool if they put the mask in the front because you could have done that. Samurai Starscream, Samurai Drift, another one that kind of is a no-brainer, and a Night Drift. So pretty crazy. Kind of a shame none of these ever came out. Whose birthday is it? Someone's birthday? Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it, Goober? Someone's birthday? I know it's not your birthday. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday? Everyone's saying happy birthday. Oh, it's Dryce Raid Fanfix's birthday. So happy birthday, Dryce. Almost a New Year's baby. Almost. I have a friend who was born on New Year's and he never had to live it down. So I'll tell you this, Dryce, you dodged a bullet by your parents having sex just a little later. That's all I'm going to say to scar you for this evening. But yeah, hey man, like I actually dig these a lot. I'm a huge Creo guy. Like, turn the camera for a moment. Like, there's like my Creo display with all the Creos and stuff. I've been trying to get a full set forever, so you can even see some of the promotional Creo stuff there too. Like, I love Creo. I've always loved Creo, and man, when it got discontinued, I was like, darn, that was so cool. They were so cool. I dug it. I dug what they were trying to do. So to kind of see what could have been, what could have kept going, still pretty rad. I dig them. I did an individual segment on it. You could go check it out a couple days ago where I showed like the checklist now of these wild, warrior Creos and what was done. Pretty much Megatron, Bumblebee, Optimus, and I believe Starscream were the only ones where every theme was done. Like, there was an Optimus of Wild West, Gladiator, Ninja, Samurai. Like, it's such a crazy idea, but I think, and I can't confirm this, I'd have to ask someone who was working, but I think the only reason why these even happened was all those off-brand other Creo stuff that they were doing at the time, Creo City, Creo Town. They had all those sculpts and molds, and they're just like, yeah, just throw it on the Transformers. I think that's probably what happened. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look how Lego recycles all their pieces and parts. So awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. But it is what it is. I like Dryce is freaking out. But yeah, good stuff. Next up, what we're going to cover is what I talked about just yesterday, and it's this beautiful, beautiful photo shoot done by Mark Mayer of Hasbro of our soon-to-be Commander class Beast Wars Neo Magmatron. And man, this thing's looking good. Again, as someone that owns the original, and as much as I love that original, it's as posable as a football. It really is. It's not very posable, the original. This one just like is shocking how amazing this is, how it turned out. And it actually only dawned on me, and I should have like realized this. Both our Commander class and our Titan class are based off of designs that were done by Kuniharu-san, because Kuniharu-san was the guy who designed the original Magmatron and the original Tidal Wave. And both our Commander class and our Titan class are both something that has a giant robot mode, that consists of 3 separate entities that don't have individual robot modes that combine. Very fascinating that it would happen in the same year at the same time at the 2 biggest price points for our retail. So very interesting. Yeah, Mark didn't include the orgy mode in the photos. I actually added them because I think Mark posted the Lio convoy photo and the orgy mode photo. I want to say like a month ago or maybe more than that. I know that Mark's last post before this one was November. So it was a while back. It was a while back. Oh, we got a super chat from Brainstorm 2002 for $2. The Ninja Bee has the Bathlet from Star Trek. That's the Klingon weapon, isn't that? That's that weird Klingon weapon. Let's go back to that for a second. Yeah, it does look like the Klingon weapon. So that was because there was a Star Trek KreO line. So that doesn't surprise me then, now that I think about it. They were obviously just using all the pieces from they did a G.I. Joe KreO. They did all they were just gasping for air at the last of KreO, which is such a shame because I loved that line. And my Lego Optimus now sits with all my KreOs to kind of remind us of what could have been. And it sure as hell isn't build to rule. Ooh. Um, but yeah, so I'm really stoked about this Magmatron. Again, I'm a big Beast Wars guy. The Japanese Beast Wars stuff was always so fascinating to me that I practically bought, I mean, almost every Beast Wars Second and Beast Wars Neo figure as it came out brand new in Japan. I was trying any way to import them. Shout out to back in the day, Toy Hell David. He was like the source back in the day to get Japanese Beast Wars stuff in the 90s. Imagine before the days of eBay, you had to go to these like dark websites that you sent money to a guy, you sent a money order to a dude, and you just got to hope that he's gonna send you the thing. But he did, and I got a lot of the things, and they were cool things, and now those things have been updated more than 20 years later, and they look amazing. This is super exciting. Can't wait for it. Again, the pre-orders are up right now on Hasbro Pulse, still available, $89.99. According to them, it says it's going to ship July 1st, 2024. I mean, historically, uh, these kind of things have showed up earlier, breaking pre-order dates and everything like that in Walmarts, but we will see what happens. But very excited about it. Looks really good. And not to mention, like, if you go check out my individual segment that I talked about on it, we kind of break down each individual image because Mark kind of explained each image. Like, oh, this one's about the ab crunch. This one is about showing the 2 little blades that were hiding on the Skysaurus. This one shows like the articulation of the individual heads in the robot mode. So a lot of really cool stuff going on. Really dig it. Really dig it. Ashnut says build to rule was rough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got quite a few of them. I bought Build to Rule Hot Shot brand new, and I bought it brand new, and it was missing 2 pieces in the box, brand new. And I was like, okay, that's the end of that. Had a bad experience, and then after that, I was like, never touching them again. And then years later, at like a pharmacy here in Quebec, in Montreal, Quebec, that's called Jean Coutu. I believe it's called Shoppers Drug Mart in the rest of Canada. I'm not too sure. They had for some reason they had cases of these on clearance for like $5 a piece, and I was like, okay, why not? So I bought Smokescreen, Starscream, Thundercracker, Red Alert, Optimus Prime, and I think that was it. Oh, and the Megatron is back there. They take so much space that I kind of just like all put them all together. If I could barely show you guys, they're all the way up there. They're getting covered. You can barely see them. Not that they need real estate to be shown off, let me tell you, but they're part of the Armada collection, so you gotta give them some love. But and then I started building those ones, and oh, the Starscream's missing one piece on the arm. Terrible QC. Even if you buy them brand new, they're going to be missing stuff. No surprise it got discontinued. And they did G.I. Joe and they did Tonka, I believe was the other one. And they did some limited run Energon ones for the completists. But yeah, wacky stuff, wacky stuff. James Hopkins, do you think Magmatron will do well as past commanders given he is a lesser known bot? Well, I mean, that's a tough one. Rodimus was a well known bot, my boy, and he went on clearance quite a bit. So that's a tough one. It's one of these things where I think he'll be well received by the hardcore fans, but I don't know about how well he'll be in the mass market. And that's kind of a reality. I think that when you get to stuff like the Commander class and the Titan class, and this is just my personal take, and I know people might not like that take because then it loses their benefit to get it on sale. And I'm with you. I'd rather get a sale. But I think that maybe Hasbro should produce less units of those. That way they don't saturate the market unless they don't lose money. But at the end of the day, they still make the sales to the stores and the stores get stuck with them. And then the stores have to sell them to closeout places. And then you go to Ollie's and get Magmatron for $40. So just how that whole ecosystem works. But Hasbro's has its own problems right now that I'm pretty sure they're going to have to figure out how they do all their distribution and how much they produce over the next 12 months until their next Q2 call. But we'll save that conversation for when that comes because you know how I feel about that stuff. Princeton Fountain 59 says a bunch of people are not happy with the leak listing of Autobot Multipack. Oh, we're going to get to that. That's actually the very next segment, which I think we'll do right now, shall we? So let's talk about that multi-pack, shall we? Now, I don't know why people would be unhappy about it. So here's the thing. So Tra Gen Selects Autobot multi-pack. Back in, I want to say November, mid-November, BMAC mentioned that there was 2 or 3 items that didn't have a place in the retail market because they were supposed to be exclusives, and then they got canceled because those capsules got canceled. One of them was the toy accurate Studio Series 86 Hot Rod that was part of the Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. As we all know, the Velocitron Speedia 500 collection got canceled early, and a lot of that product you ended up seeing in Ollie's and on clearance everywhere. That's why people were picking up road haulers and nitro convoys and everything for like, geez, what was it, like $10? So that one couldn't find a place. And then the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line that also was saturating the market, and there was way too much of it out there, led to it also being canceled early. And as a result, 2 items that were supposed to be part of Buzzworthy Bumblebee, this Earth Mode Hound and I guess we'll call it the Hatchet Dread of Dark of the Moon, one of the dreads. Both of those didn't find their places. But BMAX said that's one day they will find somewhere to put these items. They're already planned, they're already ready to go. They just need to find an ecosystem to put that. So somehow, I guess they ended up with this multi pack here. Now the question is this Hound going to be toy accurate colors and we'll get a screen accurate version for a Studio Series 86? We don't know how this Hound is going to be painted. And as for all its other compatriots there, well, I have a deep theory with all of those. I mean, yes, it says Jazz, Wheeljack, Sunstreaker, and Trailbreaker. But I think there's something deeper going on there that I really want to do an individual segment about with visuals to kind of explain it. Let's just say it dives deep into another canceled Transformer line that a lot of people forgot about. Remember the premium finish line that was supposed to have 6 waves? That wave got canceled. That line got canceled at wave 4 and 5, and certain items didn't get released. And if you go check out what those items were that were supposed to come out, this list here is going to start to make a lot more sense. And there's even a deeper history when we get to some other premium finish items. But I'm going to save that for Monday. I want to put the visuals all together and present my case for you guys, and you could check it all out and give your opinion on it. It'll probably be on Monday or Tuesday. I'll post that. I just didn't have the time tonight to kind of put it all together and show it to you guys tonight. I would have loved to and just give you the whole story. But I mean, it is something that is coming. And it kind of works because, we've had multi-packs in the past, like 4-pack multi-packs, and they usually consisted of like 3 deluxes and a Voyager. So now we got like, 3 deluxes and 2 more deluxes, so instead of having that Voyager, we have 2 more deluxes. So 5 deluxes in total probably balances out. Maybe it'll be a little more expensive. Who knows? But I mean, I look at what they've done already in the past when they did those movie multi-packs with Studio Series. Some people are angry about this, but at the end of the day, let's put it this way. There was fans who weren't collecting during Earthrise. That was during the pandemic. It was hard to go out and buy product. So they weren't able to get Sunstreaker. They weren't able to get Trailbreaker. During the pandemic, that's when Jazz started to show up. During the pandemic, well, before the pandemic was in the case of Wheeljack, he was during Siege, but maybe people weren't able to pick up these products. These products are 3 to 4 years old, some of them. Some of them are pandemic products, thus they were hard to get depending on what location you were in. So it gives people another opportunity. But I also feel there's more here going on than you think. And I'll get into the deeper of it on Monday or Tuesday. Sorry to keep you guys hanging, but I really want to have the photos and the visuals to kind of give you a good idea of what I'm thinking when that comes to it. So just want to kind of put that out there. Just kind of want to put that out there. But you'll figure it out, especially if you kind of look at what Premium Finish was supposed to do. And that line got canceled because that line too didn't get it. It wasn't received well. First like two got received well. Everyone was buying the first two, and then people realized, ooh, that's a little expensive for a deluxe class with extra paint. So they kind of reeled it back, and well, numbers weren't that great. It is what it is. But that's it more or less for the news. We do have some brand new reveals. Just one small one, just a small one. If you're a fan of Symbiot Studios and what they're doing with Transformers, so we have some brand new slides that you're probably going to be seeing a bunch of over the next couple of years. But we'll talk about Symbiot Studios. We'll talk about the cool stuff we got in the mail, and then we'll open it up to questions, comments, and discussions from you, the beautiful fans. And I got something in my eye. It's flew in my eye. There we go. Making me cry. But yeah, so Symbiot Studios, our plush and our t-shirts of Transformers, I'm rocking the Catnip Bravo with Optimus, and of course, or Catnip Convoy, as I like to call him. We got Catnip over there with Slag from the collection. So if you have not picked up the Slag, I heavily suggest you do so. That's running in very low numbers now. The Transformers Slag Podcast plush, I like to call it. I warned you guys about the Unicron. And when that one was gone, that was gone. So I don't want to hear people complaining when this one sells out. So be sure to pick those up. But we have a brand new thing to show you guys off today from Symbiot Studios. So for the winter holiday season, if you picked up any Symbiot Studios products, why don't you get a little upgrade kit for it? We have the Winter Wonder wardrobe kit, where you could buy a upgrade kit for your Symbiot Studio plushes. You get some nice leggings and hats and all kinds of crazy stuff for it. Scarves. Little upgrade kit from Symbiot Studios with all the branding of Symbiot Studios on it for all your plushes. And it works with all your other plushes too. So it works with your My Little Pony ones. You get 4 of them for the pony legs. So they are compatible with all the Symbiot Studio plushes you have purchased up to this point. And of course, here's the rest thus far. Of course, some stuff has sold up. Some stuff has been restocked. Optimus Prime and Soundwave have been restocked on the store. So if you are interested in getting Optimus or Soundwave, they are available now on symbiotstudios.com. We have more to reveal. By February and March, we'll have some big reveals for you guys of the next big plush releases. But for the time being, you got the Winter Wonder wardrobe kit to deck out your stuff for the cold season for your plushes, if you will. And of course, all the other stuff. Here's all the other Hasbro stuff. The pin series are starting to get phased out, so they are on sale. So get your opportunities to pick up what you can of the pins. I'm rocking the Jason right now from Power Rangers. These are on sale right now at the store. So pick them up while you can. The Tommy is already sold out. All the Tommy stuff except for the Dragon Zord is sold out. The My Little Pony ones are all gone except for the Applejack one. And there's a Winter Wonder Fest kit also for My Little Pony. Go check that too. All the different Hasbro brands. You get all the coolness, all the great stuff. Michael Koo got the cassette beasts. Yeah, I actually have those too. Yeah. Mostly because I've been playing Cassette Beast recently. Love that game. It's really good. It's what Pokemon should evolve into in a lot of ways. But yeah, check those out. Again, the pins are on sale. Get them while you can, because when they're gone, they're gone. G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, all that stuff. All the Transformer pins, they're all gone. All the Magic Gathering pins, they're all gone. Those were my favorite ones. They're all gone now. So get them while you can, guys. They're on sale. They're on their way out. They're being retired, those, but there's going to be new stuff coming out in 2024. But if you want pins from Symbiot, that's where it is, my friends. Go pick those up while you can. While you can. Brainstorm 2002 with the super chat. I bought the slag. He is so cute. He is. He's great. Absolutely great. And that's why I say get it while you can, because when it's gone, it's going to be gone, that one. That was a SDCC exclusive. And we had a very limited run for the podcast people on the website at San Diego Comic-Con itself. And that is it. That is it. But yeah, so let's also cover some other stuff. Again, check out Symbiot Studios, and thank you, Symbiot Studios, for being a great sponsor all these years. All these years. Let's also cover Mr. Aaron Archer. Check out what he's up to. So, of course, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. We have the latest segment that just put out a couple of weeks ago. The creation of the original tidal wave, a good hour talking about the creation of this character. We have tons of behind the scenes photos, prototypes, early designs, color wave designs, how it was supposed to look, the early concepts, animation models, and how he scaled to the other characters when he was being planned out. All this great stuff. Go check out the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer, the latest segment. It's awesome stuff. If you want to hear my voice for just a little longer, and of course Aaron Archer's beautiful, sultry voice, go check it out. Toy Armada with Aaron Archer, just throw it into your search on YouTube and it'll pop up. Go subscribe to that channel. Go check out his other stuff too. Aaron does some really good lives where he talks about also the hobby and everything. A lot of fun stuff. And if you want more Aaron Archer, like I always say, go pick up The Art of Transforming Robots Volume 2, his latest sketchbook. Awesome stuff. 36 full color pages. He has a new one coming too, so this one's going to be on its way out. So much like Volume 1 when it got sold out, Volume 2 will probably be on its way out when Volume 3 debuts. I don't want to spoil what Volume 3 is going to be about, but I'm sure Aaron will be revealing it soon. I don't know if Aaron will he have it in time for TFCon Toronto? I do not know, the next book. But if not, again, pick up Volume 2 before you can. $20, a good late Christmas present. And for an extra $15, you get a custom sketch of anybody you want on the inside. T-Formers 2002. Aaron mentioned when he was planning another stream. When I had Aaron on the end of year event with Jaws D, he mentioned that he might do something on either Monday or Tuesday, but he's not sure yet because the kids are going back to school. So don't quote me on it, but he said something like that, Monday or Tuesday. But Aaron's probably going to be in the chat at some point anyway, so he'll give the 2 cents if he's not here already right now. Sometimes he's working in the background along with 2 other Hasbro people. So we will see. We will see. And again, also check it out. Aaron's working on a little new project. If you haven't picked up one of the custom one of a kind painted instructions, go check those out at archermonster.com/shop. But he's also working on another cool project. On the bottom right there is a Transformers plastic mask that has been cell shaded. And it's kind of a new idea he's been working on. He's kind of curious what you guys think of it and would you be interested in something like that? So that's going to probably be also up on the website soon. It's not on the website right now, but will be in the near future. Some other extra stuff to pick up, one of a kind items, handmade for you, one of a kind, based from the guy who worked on the toys that you grew up with. Go check it out again, archermonster.com/shop. Where are we at? And that is more or less it. So let's talk about what we got in the mail, and then we'll open it up to some super chats with people. So Michael Koo, who I believe is in the chat, I saw him before. There he is. There he is. So Michael sent me a holiday little gift basket of stuff in the P.O. box. And wow, it was a mixture of everything, a little bit of everything. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I got and just show you how wacky my world is and the cool stuff that Michael sent me. So he sent Lego Batman based off of the Tim Burton Batman, the very first Batman, the best Batman in my opinion. Nice little poly bag Lego there. That's pretty cool. I dig that. We got it's all over the place. It's Transformers, it's everything. You'll see. We got some Rescue Bots crayons. I dig that. I don't even have these, and I collect Rescue Bot stuff. I didn't even know they made crayons. That's pretty cool. Rescue Bot crayons. I don't know. They don't make Crayola. Who owns Crayola? I guess Crayola probably is not owned by Hasbro. That's pretty cool. Got Heat Wave on the back there. You could color in little Rescue Bot crayons. What else do we got? We got some third party. Oh, actually, we'll go this. Yeah, a Super Mario glowing POW button. This could either be Super Mario Bros, which is the Mario pipeline as we call it in the collector community, or it could be Mario the POW from Super Mario 2, although that was red with the POW. But this glows and lights up. That's pretty cool. I know Mike and Louie, they sent me the Shy Guy one, so that's pretty cool. Nice light up one. Really nice with a base there. You put batteries in that. Dig that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. They said these were thrown in through some WWE trading cards. You got Cody Rhodes, you got Yokozuna, who Bret Hart beat for the World Championship back at WrestleMania 10, and Liv Morgan. That's an odd one. Would have went for an Asuka maybe, or a Charlotte, or an Alundra Blaze if they did some classic people. Sherry Martel, personal favorites. What else? What else did we get? A lot of cool stuff here. A lot of crazy stuff. Goober owns Crayola. That wouldn't surprise me. That would explain his hat. That would definitely explain his hat. These are cool. I'm tempted to open these up in a future stream because I've been planning. Again, I talked to you guys recently over the holidays. I got a second camera, and I've been trying to work up like a new location to do like live streams where like I open stuff and we have two cameras. So these are blind package, excuse me, little keychain Transformers Rise of the Beast items from Japan that Michael sent me. These are really cool. So I kind of want to open these up live and see who we get. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. Like you get like I think you get like a sticker and a card or something too. I don't know what you get in all honesty. I have to see. It has like a checklist on the back, all written in Japanese. The Cheetahs, Gumboy, Optimus Primal. So looking forward to opening these live. I'll save these for the future. I have a few Beast Wars stuff now I need to open up in the live stream. Got a few things I got planned with that one, so that's pretty cool. Also, uh, those WWE cards are from Target. Oh, they were. So what are they, like Target exclusives or something? They're pretty cool. I dig them. Very high quality. Like very high quality cards. I like them. Very good quality. I guess I got so used to Magic the Gathering's weird quality with their trading cards and stuff that, it is what it is. Mitsuha. Oh, those are cool. Those are really cool. I want to see what they are though. I'm going to open these up. I want to do these on a live stream. We're going to do these in the future for sure. And it has nutritious facts on it, so I get a feeling there's gum in there. There's some kind of nutritious facts. We'll see. Some Japanese gum. What else do we got here? We got a third party. This one's really cool. Fireflow hot rod. This is very exciting. I have not opened it yet. I just wanted to show it off first on the live stream, and then I will crack it open and maybe put that on the Instagram. So it looks really cool. This is that smaller version, eh? Looks really nice. Oh my goodness! Thank you for this one. You know where this is going? This is going into the shrine of Hot Rod. What else do we got? This is really cool. The Crasher. This in Quebec was impossible to find. Crasher from the Speedia 500 collection. So never was able to pick this one up. Super excited about it. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Now I have practically everything Crasher at this point. What else do we got? We got some weird stuff here. I get a feeling these all came from KreO magazine. That's what it looks like. You got a promotional manga for like, I guess it's Duel Masters and some fishing manga. It's like a dual-sided manga. And it looks like it comes from KreO magazine or KreO Ace. You got a sticker sheet, all the cool stuff you get with KreO magazine. You got a promo card of Pokemon that's sealed in there. It's sealed inside. You got another manga kind of thing going on there with the new Pokemon series. You got, what do we got here? Another Pokemon thing going on there. I think that's with Violet and Scarlet there. And then you got some Sonic the Hedgehog manga called Sonic Superstars. Kind of cool too because it has that more old style. Because look at the way they drew Amy Rose there. That's usually how you tell which version of Sonic it is by, is Amy wearing a skirt? Is Amy wearing a fluffy skirt? That's how you know the differences. And I'm not even that big a Sonic guy, and even I know that. And then the cool thing is because KreO magazine always has a pack, and I'm going to open these now because I'm really curious what's in it. From what it looks like, it says that I get a trading card, I get an exclusive Beyblade from Beyblade X, the new series, a sticker, a foil sticker because it says seal. I know that how to read that in Japanese. It says seal, which means sticker. So these I'm going to open because I'm really curious what's in there. Very curious indeed. Very, very curious. A lot of cool stuff. Let's see what's inside. Eh, let's see what's inside. Oh, it's true. It always has like that little thing there. They always have like this little bridge. Yeah, there's the stickers and trading cards. Okay, I don't want to lose everything. So we'll open it one at a time. So that's the instruction warning. So what do we got? We got a Dual Masters trading card. Who's this one? Oh, it's shiny. Oh, look at that. Got a foil Dual Masters trading card from Japan, brand new as of this year. Well, next year, last year. Another trading card there. Really cool. I don't know what that one's from. Has a code on the back here. Enjoy the code, whoever it is. Enjoy that code. We got a Kirby sticker. Look at that. What else do we got here? We got I don't know what this is. Some kind of sticker too or seal. Very cool. What's up, Aaron? And the pièce de résistance. The Beyblade. Look at that. Beyblade. Oh, it doesn't have the tip. Oh, it doesn't have the tip. That's weird. It doesn't have the tip. You only have the top of it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh well, I'm not familiar with Beyblade X. It hasn't come out yet in the market here. But hey, that's pretty cool. A Japanese exclusive KreO Ace Beyblade. Very, very cool. Michael Ku says, yeah, all the Japanese manga and Beyblade was from a Japanese big magazine book I found in Mitsubishi. Well, it's probably KreO Ace because that's what it seems like on the packaging here. It looks like KreO Ace magazine because I would get a lot of the Transformer exclusive stuff from KreO Ace, and it's very similar. They always have these little like packs. That's pretty cool, Michael. Really dig that. That's really cool. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. The big centerpieces of what he sent were two Japanese 7-Eleven exclusive Gundam model kits. Bam. Look at those. The significant other is going to probably want to build that one. Bear Guy Tucson. That's pretty awesome. These are really hype. I have a Gundam meetup that I do with the guys from Otakuthon all the time. So I always put these in the queue to build good stuff. Good stuff. Very cool. Thank you again, Michael Koo, man. Very, very well appreciated present. Just like a whole bunch of wacky stuff. Whole bunch of wacky stuff. That's great. Very good. Nice diverse stuff. Sometimes you could always get, oh, he only collects Transformers. Nah, I collect everything. I'm crazy. I like everything. The world is like I would say, the world is filled with so much cool stuff. You can never just like collect one thing. Yeah, they're the 7-Eleven colored ones. Yeah. 7-Eleven. Because in Japan, 7-Eleven's a big deal. It's actually where probably the best if little trick. If you go to Japan and you're looking for the best rate to get money exchange, 7-Eleven usually has kiosks there to do money exchange directly from the bank. It's probably the best rate you could get. If you didn't already take money in advance, which I always suggest you should, from your home country, if you want to pick up the money while you're there, let's say you spent it all at Akihabara and you need more, 7-Eleven is probably the best way to go about it. Michael Cool, Proto Man, I remember you talking about those 7-Eleven kits previously in a live stream. My man, you remember. Yeah, it was because they were doing, I believe the very first one they did was they did the RX-78-2, which was the first Gundam. I believe that was the very first one. And I remember like going like, man, that'd be really, look here too. You even have the Japanese 7-Eleven sticker still on it. What is that? 1,944 yen. My goodness. Assuming that's yen. Probably is. Usually you could also tell with yeah, because here, usually if you look at the barcode, the last numbers there, that's what it would have been in yen MSRP. It would have been 1,800. And then this one doesn't say it here. Doesn't even have it on it at all. Wow. Anyways, still very cool. Very, very, very cool. I dig it a lot. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. And you're paying attention. I like it when I talk about something like 2 years ago, and then like people go like, "Hey, remember you talked about that thing?" It's like, "Hey, that's awesome. You're listening." Thank you so much. Alrighty, we're gonna open it up to super chats and YouTube member questions, and we'll just chill for the rest of the evening. We have about an hour left, and yeah, we'll just relax like we always do. I know I have whole bunch of stuff here. Everything that we just brought down. Now I got to sort it all. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Bigum, I picked up Tiger Hawk the other day. He's excellent. People have been telling me like they have like they're like 50-50 on it. They're like, "Oh, I really like it or I really hate it," which is very weird because I mean, we've been waiting forever for a brand new Tiger Hawk figure. So it's like, I mean, the people who aren't big about it, I'm surprised because like I mean, I haven't seen any of that stuff yet, but my goodness, like that's definitely one I would be excited about just because it's Beast Wars stuff and I love Beast Wars, especially like Tiger Hawk was such a short-lived character. His figure came out and before you knew it was already Beast Machines, so there isn't a lot of them in the secondary market and Tiger Hawk's complete in the secondary market go for crazy money, the original. So, yeah, you know, glad you like them. That means that I'm probably going to like them. Lizard Sphere X, I've been having fun with the new Godzilla toy with removable skin. What is that? Is that like, him getting killed by the oxygen destroyer? Is that what it's trying to I hope I'm not spoiling anything. But yeah, geez, removable skin. Mind you, I would be spoiling something on a near 70-year-old movie, but uh what's up with that, Link CW? Link CW, I was a member for everything's getting pushed up, so many questions. I was a member first 5 years of Hasbro's TF yearly membership thing that got clear Energon combiners, had monthly mag, was nice. Oh yeah, you're talking about the talk about the Collector Club. The Collector Club had a bunch of different exclusives. The very first one you're referring to was Nexus Maximus, which was the clear combiners. Unfortunately, the centerpiece, which is called Heatwave, no relation to the Rescue Boss character, actually had a lot of fragile parts, and you could bust them when you put them in combine mode. So be careful with that with you guys. And I believe that goes for very good money now, the complete set. So Clark Clint Gaming Proto, is there any interviews with the writers of the Unicron trilogy? Well, the writers of the Unicron trilogy depend because, like, Cybertron, which is known as Galaxy Force, was done by Studio Gonzo, completely different crew than the guys who did Energon Superlink, completely different crew than the guys who did uh, Micron, aka Armada. It's something probably we'd have to talk with Aaron about. And even then, I don't know how much Aaron would know on the media side of it, but it is a something we will talk about in the future at some point. But it would be hard to because that would be a lot of Japanese guys. And I know that in the case of Energon slash Superlink, they actually changed lead writers and directors halfway through the show, and that's why the show has like this huge whiplash and story. The director knew that he was only going to be there for like about 20 episodes, and he pretty much wrote the show as if it was only a 20 episode series. And that's why if you watch Energon, like halfway through it, it just goes in a completely other direction. If I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was the director's wife that took over the second half. I remember hearing that somewhere, but I can't confirm that. So, anyways, a lot of weird stuff with that. Uh, Cow Skull Beef Eater with the two British pounds, and it's his very first super chat with Nexus Prime. Nexus Maximus, I think, was the prototype name. Jungle Fiver alt colors similar. You know what? Jungle Fiver I would love it if they would do a Jungle Fiver from Nexus Maximus. That'd be really cool. But that's only because I'm the world's biggest Botsmaster fan on the planet. So anything Botsmaster is always welcome. Uh, but thank you for the super chat for the £2 and your very first super chat, Cow Skull Beef Eater, making me hungry. Tom McNeil, Tiger Hawk's a solid figure. I hope he is. I really do. Orlando Chavez, I love the new Tiger Hawk, and I was skeptical. You can recreate the under armpit missile shot from what was it, season 3, episode 13 or 12, I think it was. Mikey and Louie is here. Everyone, give some thoughts and prayers to Mikey, who hurt herself recently. She hurt her ankle, and she's kind of on the couch right now. So thoughts and prayers to her that she heals up quick and is able to wobble back into action. Where are we at here? Patrick Brown, same, got Tiger Hawk yesterday, and I am so happy with it. Okay, I'm glad to hear that people like it because I'm excited about it. Rodimus Supreme, Nexus Prime, Nexus Maximus is something else. Yeah, that was the problem. Was that if you, I don't know if it's today, but back then, if you Googled Nexus Maximus, you got a bedroom pleasure product. Let's put it that way. So they had to change it to Nexus Prime, and then they said, well, it doesn't matter anyways because Nexus Maximus, aka Nexus Prime, was one of the original 13. So then it doesn't matter. So because it's one of the original 13, they all have to be primes anyways. So it all worked out in the end. T-Formers 2002. I have a very soft spot for Tiger Hawk. Mine is coming in a few days. Awesomeness. Glad people like it. Glad people like it. Tom Laney, I hope I saw somewhere that they are bringing Marvel. Are bringing Marvel overpowered CCG. They're bringing it back. The Marvel overpower CCG. Oh my God, that'd be so cool if they brought that back. I love overpower. It's like I collected Magic the Gathering back in 93, 94, and then Overpower came out like not long after that. And I was, I went all as someone who was a lifelong Marvel trading card collector, and then Overpower came out, and I was like, well, it's a given. I think I have like every Overpower card from like the first 3 expansions and some of the DC stuff. Like it's all just sitting in binders right now. Oh my God, that'd be so great if they brought it back. They have to right now, man. Like the CCG boom is like so big right now. Every company needs to get that gold rush while they can. It's cardboard. It pays for itself. It's so cheap to manufacture. It's not like plastic and toys, If you put out a trading card thing, like a trading card set, and like 10,000 people buy it, it's pure profit, let alone millions. James Hopkins, with the introduction of Studio Series Concept Megatron, do you think they will do a Concept 86 line and give us figures like Concept Cup? I would love that. Magnus or Rock Lordish Kranix? Well, I mean, anything is possible. I think that right now the concept line, and I know that they've talked about playing with the idea of using video game exclusive movie characters. Like a lot of those like toy exclusive characters like Movie Swindle and Dropkick, the original Dropkick, not the one that we're familiar with, the Bumblebee movie. Like, so you could kind of use those as like video game concept characters. Like I know that they've played with that idea. So I'm pretty sure we'll see some of that. The Magnus is really just the Diaclone colors. I mean, I'm sure we'll get like when you're talking like Concept Cup or Ultra Magnus or even the Kranix, that's also like something that could exist in Toxitron collection, you know, unreleased ideas, unreleased toys, so or in wacky colors. Like the Magnus, I could see in a Toxitron collection. Could totally see that. Mikey Mooney says, "Now I'm just one-legged fembot." Yeah, well, you could join Tiger Hawk and the whole pirate brigade that's happening. Not Tiger Hawk, Thundertron. Thundertron. He's one-legged. Brainstorm with the gold super chat for $10. I'd love a modern update to the G2 GoBots. I would love a modern update to G2 GoBots and Deluge. Any of those guys are like such a long shot, for getting modern versions of them. Like some of them have trademarks that could work. One of them's named Jetstorm. One of them's named GoBots. Not related to the G2 GoBots, the individual line itself that are 1/64 Hot Wheels scale. But man, I would love that. Super obscure. No one would get it except me and 3 other people, but I would dig it a lot. It'd be very cool. But you know what? They're running out of characters. They got to do it sooner or later. Link CW says not paying $85 for Tiger Hawk, gonna wait. Well, that's always my problem. Is there's a lot of toys I want to get, but I don't want to pay the Canadian price. It's more like, hey, can I go to the States? And I rather buy it in the States and pay that exchange rate because it'll always end up cheaper than buying it here in Canada. Like it's crazy. Like Titan classes are like almost $300 Canadian. When you think about the exchange, it's not even close to what it costs in the United States, even with the exchange rate. So man, like I'm just saying, like I'm just gonna wait it out myself locally. But if the opportunity presents itself online in a cheap manner where I could ship it out to myself cheaply, I'm gonna go for it. Where yeah, Ashton Next Maximus was discontinued years ago. I would imagine so. It was a long time ago when that joke hit BotCon all those years ago. Uh, where are we at here? Lizard Sphere X. Oh, I'd love the first game's Shockwave. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Movie Shockwave from I think it was the PSP game had him, as well as the PlayStation 2 one. I know he wasn't in the DS version, but that was really cool. I didn't know wait, the DS version you could make your custom character into Shockwave if you got the Decepticon campaign and then you got a helicopter and you made it purple and it looked exactly like Shockwave with the mono eye. Something like that. Michael Koo, new Marvel CCG. It's called Marvel Champions. Ah, okay. All right, you guys scare me. Oh my God, they're bringing back Overpower. Because yeah, they did a few. They did the Versus system with Marvel and DC. There was that one. I picked up a few cards from that back in the day. I made a Wolverine Apocalypse deck. Um, but I would love it if they brought back that Overpower branding. That'd be really cool. Where are we at here? Talib, I hope since Takara has MP Rhinox in the works, they'll put more importance in completing season one cast. Also, let's get cone heads for MP52 mold. I'm sure they'll do the cone heads. That Seeker mold always finds its rounds. They go around and then they'll do the cone heads again. Although oddly enough, I don't know how well received the original Seekers were because those went on sale a few times. So would Coneheads do as well? Hard to say. Mikey and Louie, where is our Beast Wars Silverbolt already taking forever? Yeah, damn right. Japan gets it before us, like always. So we got to wait for that one. Wizard Sphere X, I'm hoping they get animated Optimus, give animated Optimus his Apex armor. I remember a leak rumor of a special Thundertron getting a store exclusive release. Well, yeah, the capsule Thundertron is supposed to be a leader class for Walmart of the Pirates, but we don't know the specifics yet on that one. An Apex armor, how I could see that being done pretty easily is if you include parts or pieces, like let's say like with an adventure pack kind of thing. Red Cog with all the extra pieces, the Centurion with all the extra pieces. Do it as a generation selects made for the hardcore fans. They could order it online. That way they have an opportunity to get it and they don't have to worry about scalping in stores. So that'd be pretty hype. Transformatics, if Hasbro decides to make a bunch of new bots in 50, 60 classic car lines, I'd be all over the moon. Oh, I would be too, especially if they did like late 60s stuff. A lot of really good designs. I mean, it can't always be Corvettes and Chevys. All cars would be close to the originals, but have a modern twist. Coupes, Roadsters, Cudas, and hot rods. A lot of hot rodded open engine stuff too. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. And the closest we got is Big Daddy. Big Daddy and the crew kind of gave us a little bit of that with the Micro Masters during Siege. Michael Koo with the $5 super chat. Do you think Hasbro will shift their production run based on pre-orders like what Super 7 does? Well, the problem with that is they do it way in advance. Like they're like 18 months ahead of whatever we're seeing. So that's something where they should, in my opinion. I know fans would disagree with it because here's the thing. If they shift, it's good for Hasbro, bad for us because then the oversaturated market will lead to then it being cheaper in the secondary market and the closeout stores. but it's good for Hasbro. It's bad for us if we're playing the waiting game and getting it cheap. So, but Super 7 is a licensing company. They have to be more careful about losing money. And Lord knows they don't want to lose money because all of those ultimates, my goodness, they've been losing money on those ultimates. I sometimes wonder if they're just if some of those might not even happen at the end of the day. I mean, they did wave 2 of the ultimates ended up on sale too during Black Friday of the Transformer stuff. They weren't as cheap as wave 1, but they were cheap. So it's kind of sad. Mikey and Louie Proto, do you think they will make another G1 Missing Link? Who would it be next? Bumblebee, Optimus. Well, Optimus, Bumblebee, and then like maybe Soundwave. Either Soundwave pretty much already has a lot of articulation to begin with, but maybe they could give him a knee that actually bends the other way instead of the transformation way. Those are some. Megatron would be cool, but you know, gun stuff. That's always the issue. Talib says JT Prime posted the price for Star Seeker's Thundertron at 60. I think that was the price point of the spoiler pack. Maybe we could get him with extras. Yeah, it's a possibility. Look, the problem though is those spoiler packs sold terrible for Walmart. All three of them, all three spoiler packs, instant clearance. They did not do well. That's why they kind of like stopped doing them afterwards when we got into Legacy. So, not to mention because it's not really fiction related, so there's no point for a spoiler pack in terms of like what it's trying to sell media wise. But you kind of notice they kind of stopped doing that very quickly because they were not selling very well. Who would have thought that people wouldn't want to buy a box that they don't know what's inside it? And yes, granted, we know what's inside it, but I'm talking about the mass retail audience that just sees a blind box that says spoiler box in it. You know, who would have thought that retailers, people wouldn't want to buy something that they don't know what's in the box? Who would have thought? Uh, where are we at? Where are we at? Some cat, hey Proto, how possible would it be for Hasbro to reissue Prime Prowl with samurai armor? Well, I'm assuming you mean I'm assuming you mean animated Prowl. It's a possibility if they want to do it. I don't think the slots are available right now for retail, considering what we've seen for retail right now for 2024, but maybe 2025. And yeah, you corrected yourself, animated. Uh, T-Formers 2002. That's why we need a good Earthspark RC toy. We need a good Earthspark RC, a good Earthspark everybody that doesn't, because there's, yeah, some of the deluxes are really awesome, but then some of the characters that are going to be relegated into one steps, you know, I mean, are we never going to get a good Soundwave or like the Seeker girls? Like that's going to suck. If you're a Decepticon fan of Earthspark, you're pretty much plumb out of luck. And I mean, we're never going to get a Tarantulas. That would be brutal. Like Tarantulas was really cool in the show. Hope I'm not spoiling anything, but yeah. Thrilling 30 hubcap was an old 1930s Roadster. Yes, and a very good one at that. Very good one. I don't think it was Thrilling 30. Wasn't it movie? Maybe it was Thrilling 30. I have it in my movie display, but that was a really cool one too. That was really cool. That got bootlegged a lot too. I remember seeing a lot of bootlegs of that in the secondary market. Uh, James Hobson says he'd like to see a missing link blaster. I'd like a blaster anything. Blaster is one of my favorites of all time. Tom Laney didn't even see the Nemesis Prime spoiler pack. They just didn't do well. That first pack came out with Ultra Magnus. It lingered on shelves forever in my area. It ended up in closeout ollies all over the United States. Then the second one came out with Nemesis Prime. That one lingered like crazy in a lot of Walmarts. Then it ended up in ollies and it ended up in what was the other closeout place? Big Lots, you know? That one. And then they did the Megatron one. And that one didn't even show up here. I never even saw it here. And that was probably the one I was interested in the most because it had that Matrix bandolier thing going on and Skullatron or whatever it was called. James Hopkins, I just got my Magnus spoiler pack for $30. That's how you. That's what I'm talking about. Get a leader class for $30 with an extra little little what was it called? Who did he come with? He came with what's his name? Oh my God, why am I blanking? With Primus. Spoiler. With Pink Primus. Rung. There we go. Came with Rung. Where are we at? I'm going to see Rung pop up like crazy now. I always see the chat a little delayed. Samurai Prowl upgrade kit. There is one. Probably third party that thought of something. Mikey and Louie, since we're already about half of Ultra Magnus, how about a G1 missing link Magnus? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I think we got enough Magnus for a while now. We got like a perfect masterpiece. Now we got the Studio Series Commander class. I think we're pretty much good. We got the Minimus Ambus Magnus. I think we're good for Magnus for a while. Unless they do like different versions, like obviously different continuity, like animated Magnus or something. But in terms of a G1 Magnus, I think we're good. We're good. Shattered glass rung. Shattered glass rung should be in Unicron colors with horns. That should be a shattered glass rung. You rung, you rang. Really thirsty today. Had a fantastic meal. Horned Owl the Roadster hubcap may have been a movie bot. Yeah, I think it was a movie bot because I have it in my movie display. So that I'm remembering it on that Hunt for the Decepticons yellow kind of packaging. I'm remembering it, but it could be Transformers 2010, which had that exact same packaging, also, and Reveal the Shield, which all kind of fits into that same thing, all in that same bubble of cool stuff. Great figure though. Those were those scouts. Those scouts during that period, like 2009, 2010, 2011, the scouts during that time were fantastic. There was some great engineering back then. Even some of the more weird ones, like they did that night beat colored one there, and then they did the wheelie color one there. Like, there's so many great ones. And the World War II biplane that was done in all those crazy colors. Great stuff. Joseph Ritter with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Joseph, for the super chat. Any chance we get a Golden Lagoon figures from Hasbro in the next few years? Unrelated Huffer is the only cool bot enough to pull Prime's trailer. Well, I'll answer the first thing. We did get, I remember during the Prime Wars era, where John Warden was doing his thing with Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes, and everything like that. We got a whole Golden Lagoon set, the Star Screams, the Beachcombers, all of them. So we got Golden Lagoon homages not too long ago. I'd have to say less than 10 years ago we got that. So I wouldn't be surprised they revisit it again. Japan loves to do a gold, chrome repaint of something. It's just part of their DNA. So I'm pretty sure they'll do it again. But it was a Japanese exclusive quite a few whiles back. And then Sakamoto took all of those and then used them for the gold army of his Japanese exclusive Generations manga. And then you wrote, unrelated, Huffer is the only cool bot enough to pull Prime's trailer. That is true. No one else has ever pulled Optimus Prime's trailer. Huffer has been the only one, primarily because he looks like an Optimus Prime, flat cab trailer, flat cab front end. That means Huffer's probably tough too, to be able to pull that, to be able to pull roller. Love him. Love him. Thank you for the super chat. Mikey and Louie, when do we get our HasLab Shattered Glass Unicron revealed? Imagine they did that. I would imagine, like, if they want to troll people, have it release the Unicron, have it have a brand new head sculpt, the head sculpt that's for Armada, which has like the Micron M on the forehead. But to troll them, do it in the Energon colors in black. And that would be the worst idea ever. And people will be angry as crazy, but they'll still buy it because they'll worry that the FOMO and then they won't be able to get it later, much like the first Unicron. And it'll be the craziest conflict of feelings from the fans ever because they'll all hate it and then they'll still buy it because they'll be worried that they won't be able to get it later. And it'll be the most evil thing ever. It was Hunt for Decepticons. They canceled the Electro repaint of him. Yeah, I think there was like 3 repaints for him. There was quite a few. I know there was a ton of bootlegs too. Sorry, Downshift, the gold and black repaint. That one, I'm Downshift. Which one was Downshift? I have so many of them. They all just use trademarks. They were all over the place. Technically, Roller has also pulled Optimus Prime's trailer. That's true. In the comics too, and in the manga, they got Roller to haul him. Uh, Roller technically transformed when he got a new body at one point. Looking at that figure right now from that box set, but Roller has an interesting history to say the least. Uh, Wizards for X, when are we going to get a Shattered Glass Platinum Lagoon collection? Shattered Glass Platinum Lagoon. Well, wouldn't the opposite of gold be like, what would be the opposite of glass? It'd be something that's not worth money, like coal, but then it would be like, I don't know, Coal Lagoon. Wouldn't that be ironic? Something that's all about nature and purity, and coal that's all about like soot and dust and grime.
Magmatron must be stopped.
Something
No
like
matter
that.
the
Something that would make
cost.
make poor Beachcomber sad. James Hopkins, laugh out an April Fool's joke from Hasbro would have been a Shattered Glass Unicron announcement of fake Digibass. Yeah, and then Hasbro would get so much crap from them. So I don't. It would be too risky. Be way too risky. We got a YouTube member question from Orlando Chavez. I know we recently got officially revealed the next Titan class tidal wave, but what are some possible guesses on what might be candidates for the next one? I always like to point at the Axelon from we're doing all the ships. Why not do the Axelon and the dark side? Here's the way I see it. 2026, technically 2025 next year is the true anniversary of Beast Wars, but a lot of times Hasbro likes to recognize 1996 as the beginning of Beast Wars. So like 2026, 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, the Axelon. So maybe the year after that, but next year, I don't know. I do not know, but I would go with the Axelon. Do that on a nice round year. Transforming Axelon. They could call it Sentinel, like the computer that's in there with the female voice. You know, auto guns, bam, 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 bam. That'd be really cool. Joseph Ritter, if Roller didn't transform in G1, it's not midget. It's true, he didn't transform in G1. But to quote Ironhide, he's one proud little Autobot. No, one brave little Autobot. The 20th super chat by Brainstorm 2002. Congratulations on 20 super chats. A Cybertron downshift would be cool too in Legacy. Well, Cybertron downshift was really really cool. He was actually one of the custom class figures at TFCon. I remember writing the bio for him. Ooh, and that was what Damon Bat did the art. I wrote the bio. What was the figure that they customized it from? But there, we recently did one not too long ago with that downshift. Gosh, what was the figure that we used? I totally forget. When you write so much stuff, it's like you forget. Now sometimes when you ask writers or you ask creators, and it's like, how did they not remember that? Like they wrote it. It's like when you write so much stuff, sometimes you forget. Gosh, what figure was that? Someone must have done that class. I don't remember. I went in the class, handed out papers and stuff, and that was it. Um, Mikey and Louie. Uh, oh, here we go. I'm missing everything here. T-Formers 2002. I said the name wrong. Downshift was a canceled Hunt for the Decepticons Black and Gold repaint hubcap. Okay, everything's getting confused. Confused. Mikey and Louie says Roller isn't a transformer because he didn't transform the transformist poor Roller. Mikey and Louie, we need Vok figures for Beast Wars. Well, the closest we have to that is our recent Tigerhawk. That's about as Vok as we get. They would be cool if they were little pack-in PVCs, like kind of like how we got that little Quintessa figure that came out during Age of Extinction, or was no, excuse me, the last night. Give a little PVC translucent Vok figure. I'd be down for that. You know what you could do? Take when we do get a proper Tarantulas, the Transmetal one, when we finally get a Transmetal Tarantulas done proper, include it with him or something as a little bonus. That'd be cool. Venta Black. How about Fanta Orange? Oh no. Transformers one tough little Autobot. There you go. That's the line. James Hopkins, I want a Cybertron Vector Prime. Well, that is definitely coming. That for sure we are going to be getting. That is 100% confirmed. We did see listings for that. And you're not the only one. Certain someone Would love that to be one of the next things that's done. They've already celebrated so much of his creations. Why not another? Why not another? Shattered glass roller. Well, again, I always kind of look at the that multi-pack one as kind of like a shattered glass roller. Lizards for X. I know what they could do for the Vok. Turn them into masks like the Bumblebee. Oh, the Bumblebee and Optimus Primal mask from Rise of the Beast. I don't know. You know what? You know what's funny about those? Those sold so badly, but I love how like on every toy list, like in toy magazines, it's like, oh, voted like the best, most innovative item. Like and like when you go on Toys R Us or Walmart, it has this like little like a seal of approval next to it. Like, oh, this is like the number one. It's all lip service. Those are so weird. I got one for free from Hasbro when they sent those like promotional kits there to all the influencers, and I remember opening and going like, "Ugh, "Wow, okay, very interesting." Uh, Horned Owl, Whirl is overdue for an update figure. His Cyberverse one step doesn't cut it. It was unfortunately that's what kept the trademark alive. That and a tiny turbo changer. I think they did a Whirl tiny turbo changer also, if I remember correctly, which kind of kept the lights on for the trademark. Mike and Louis, Vector Prime. I almost said Vector Sigma. Vector Prime rocks. Always think of him as one of the 13 primes. Yeah, well, he is. He technically is one of the original 13. He owns the quill. Transformer Talks Raw for $5 super chat. Great Steam PM. Thanks for the hard work. Well, thank you, Transformer Talks Raw, for the kind comments. Lord knows it's been a crazy week. Is probably, with all the lack of news this week, it's probably like the most free time that I've had, really. Because I'll come home and be like, it's a quiet week. We'll just chill. We'll just chill this week. Got to relax a little bit. I know that next week is going to be crazy. I know BMAX said that he's now back in the office. Mark just got back into the office. They all went on vacation. Like when Thanksgiving rolled around, most of Hasbro went on vacation. I know someone left a comment on one of my videos, which was actually pretty funny, and I actually put the heart icon next to it. I rarely do that, but when it's really clever, I go, okay, that's good. Someone made a comment going, well, a lot of people went on vacation and never came back, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. But it looks like news is going to be picking up, and not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday on the 16th, I believe, is going to be is our Transformer Tuesday with the live stream with Hasbro Pulse. That's where we're going to get the pre-order for Tidal Wave popping up. So next Tuesday, not this one coming up, but next one is going to be a big week, and supposedly, according to Mark, some other reveals too. So it won't be just Tidal Wave. So that'd be pretty cool. Brainstorm 2002 with the $2 super chat. Cosmic Rust 2-pack with the Rusty Perceptor and Megs. Well, you know what? We're almost halfway there. If you take some of those siege ones there to have like that battle damage kind of rust paint on them. So you're almost kind of there for any Cosmic Rust stuff. You got to give Perceptor the pencil sword, and then you're really signing it home. I'm surprised if we ever get a masterpiece Perceptor, he's going to have that. He's going to have the pencil sword. Um, Eyes on Aces, patiently waiting for some Combaticons. Well, combiners, give it. I still firmly believe we're going to get the aerial bots next. That's just my take. Eyes on Ace and Transmetal 2 Prowl. Well, I think we're gonna get Transmetals before we get a Transmetal 2. The closest we got to that is just that Megatron, but yeah, you could count that as a Transmetal 2, I guess. I guess you could count it as that. Mikey and Louie also wants a Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia. Well, you and me both, except they won't do the removable bra this time. T-Formers 2002. Speaking of BMAC, I'm just as eager as he for the team to do a new Sea Spray. When was the last Sea Spray? That would have to be Titan's Return? Last trademark with Sea Spray. Titans Return. No. Yes. Power of the Primes? What year was that? 2015? 4 year. They still have a year and a half until they have to do a sea spray. So that means they'll probably do something. Maybe that's BMAC teasing at something like he always does. Talib can't wait to see a Studio Series 86 swoop. That's probably going to be one of the reveals that in 2 weeks from now. Ashnud, I wish I could have more done with the Sparkless line. Well, did those sell well? That's always the good question. If they sold well, they'll do more. If it didn't sell well, unfortunately, that might not be the case. Lizard Sphere X would be cool to have a Nemesis Prime go into Shatterglass universe and become good. Well, like a reverse Takanuva. It's funny you mentioned that. This guy fell down recently. He was on display, chilling. Uh, Titan's Return. It was Titan's Return. And it's the one that had Alana written in Cybertronian on the inside of his wrist. I remember that. Link CW, been looking through my collection over the past 3 years, and I believe Hasbro has been using cheaper plastic on certain parts of toys have been discovered. Yeah, well, since 2015, there was the shift from ABS to MABS plastic. And MABS plastic, unfortunately, doesn't have a good longevity, but it's cheaper and it makes toys cheaper to manufacture. Thus, the turnover and the cost is lowered, but you could still charge the same price. I don't want to go too deep into that, but that's just unfortunately what they're doing in order how to keep their head above water. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it's a sad reality. Michael Koo, last Hasbro Sea Spray was the Legend Sea Spray Lio 2. Well, but Michael, the 2-pack one. When did that come out? 2018. You can't count Takara Tomy stuff though. Legends Sea Spray. That Lione 2-pack was a Takara release though through the Transformers Legends Sakamoto line. So that one doesn't really count towards it, unfortunately. And you have to think in bubbles of 4 years because you could have multiple releases in 1 year, but that doesn't refresh a trademark. That's just them putting out stuff during that. I'd have to look. The good thing is the trademarks are public access and you could just pull them up. So it's something where I'll have to like pull it up and I'll take like usually what I do is I find out what was the last toy release and then that guides me. And then I could go, okay, what were the Hasbro trademarks, 2015 US Patent Office, and then it's a lot easier to do the search because then I'll know a product came out that year and thus gave it the green light for it. So it's something where I'm trying to see if it is Titans, so that would be 2015. Yes. So I'll take a look. But I know that if BMAC is teasing it though, and BMAC he does that, you know, he does that always where it's like he'll tease something and it's because it's exactly just that, you know. 2017? Okay. Okay, so I'll have to check 2017. You're right, it was 2017 because the last BotCon was teasing Titans Return stuff, and that was 2016. Good times. Mikey and Louie, we need a Shatterglass Alita 1. That'll be a pretty bad girl. Well, then what colors would she be? Would she be like in dominatrix black leather kind of colors? With the little, what's it called there for the thigh high boot stocking clasp, whatever garter belt. That always signifies an evil character if it's female. Like the Black Queen or White Queen in the X-Men comics. But yeah. But yeah. How much time we got? We got half an hour left. Man, we're flying today. We are flying today. Let's try to get some more super chats in before the day is done. Sad to say, I'm probably not going to build these until the next meetup. The next meetup might not be until March. And the sad thing is, I have a whole like a whole queue of model kits because we used to do the meetups, the Gundam meetups, like once every like 6 months or so. We would do them. And then when the big V happened in COVID, that was the end of that. Like we weren't able to have meetups for a while. And then we had one recently and I brought my like Gengar Bandai model kit, which is like takes you 5 seconds to build. I think I posted photos of that on Twitter. Um, but yeah, Like so, but these will definitely go in the queue. I have a few SD Gundam kits I have to do. I have a Gundam Seed kit I have to do. What am I forgetting? I have a Starscream that I'm probably holding back right now on building because I want to save that for a big convention event that I'm going to be going to at some point in the next couple of months in Montreal for anime stuff. So I might save it for that, the Starscream model kit. We will see. We will see. Got to plan all these stuff out. But thank you for the kits, though. Very excited. This one's cool too. This one's really cool because it has the 7-Eleven sign on the back. So it's like that's really cool. Really dig that. 7-Eleven, serious business in Japan. Let's just open up this one for a second. And just open up this one. This is from Build Fight, if I remember correctly. Look at that. Look at all the pink. One in the pink, one in the stink. Giggity. Uh, Ashnode. I have had that sea spray on my desk for years. And I never noticed the writing. Yeah, so there's little Cybertronian. I think I was the first one to break that news. I remember Jaws D was like you're the first person to notice that. So it has Cybertronian written on the inside. And if you translate it, it says Alana, his girlfriend. So it's like a tattoo. Like he got a tattoo of his girlfriend's name on the inside of his wrist. So that's funny. I dig that. I like that kind of stuff. I always dig that little extra detail. As a fan, you appreciate it. Uh, where are we at here? Mikey and Louie, Alito with her new love, Flame, Falimore. I guess I mean Flamemore. Optimus ain't good enough for her anymore. Guess not. Clark Clint Gaming. I'm still waiting for more Unicron trilogy figures. Excited for Tidal Wave, but I'd love to see a Cyclonus or Sideways. Sideways definitely needs to be updated. That is long overdue. Cyclonus, yeah, that's fine, but let's get a new Sideways. Let's get some Headmaster technology going on. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Make it happen. Um, oh, we have a super chat from Alden Tolbert. Imagine if Unicron's new mode is a rubber is a rubber ducky. If anyone gets a rubber ducky alt mode, it's Beast Wars Megatron. They need to do it that like, you know, in a what if alternate story, he scans a duck, like a little yellow chick duck, you know, and that's his alt mode instead of like a big T-Rex. Which the irony is technically birds are the evolution of dinosaurs. So that's not too far off when you think about it. And if you've ever seen the inside of a duck's mouth, Google that. Inside of a throat of a duck. It is the thing of nightmares that even a T-Rex would be scared of. Quite scary. Mikey and Louie, Shatterglass, Mirrorverse, Alternate Universe, Nemesis, Megatron, Ratchet, hybrid monster from the Marvel comics. Yeah, that would be a mess. That would be a mess. That's something almost on the same lines as the symmetrical docking animated characters of Jetstorm and Jetfire. James Hobson, they need to bring back 7-Eleven here in the States. I miss the super big gulps. What, they don't have them anymore? There's no more 7-Elevens in the States? Are you serious? This come from a Canadian, so don't yell at me if I don't realize this. Really, they're gone? That's not a thing anymore? I did not know. Tom Laney, Cybertron Soundwave Blaster toy would be pretty awesome. I wish somehow keep the key gimmick. Well, I mean, you can barely see him. And then you have the bars right in the way here. He's there he is with Laserbeak on his head. I loved that Soundwave. I thought that was really cool. I love how he turned into the little cassettes turned into bombs. I wish they kind of made like a expansion pack of that where you could get Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, Ratbat. And then they did the black repaint, the Logos Prime, and then they did which was the Sound Blaster, and then they did the Blaster repaint, which was a Universe 1.0 exclusive. Great stuff. We have 7-Eleven in the States. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So what I was wondering, I'm like, what do you mean there's no more 7-Elevens? Like, did something happen? Well, either way, apparently there's serious business in Japan to the point that you could get exclusive model kits, you could do everything. And they're always open. You could be anywhere in Japan at any point, at any time, at anywhere, and there's a 7-Eleven somewhere that's got your back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, thank you. Jeez. But you have to understand when I'm told this piece of information, I have to believe it because I can't say otherwise because I don't live in the States. I could tell you about Couche-tard, which is our version of 7-Eleven here in Quebec. Couche-tard, which means to sleep late or sleep extremely late. And yeah, it's kind of like 7-Eleven, except not as good and less model kits. More of a gas station quickie mart, if anything. Mikey and Louie still disappointed. Still disappointed. Blaster and Soundwave didn't have the biggest chest to take masterpiece cassettes. Well, it's just an excuse to build more of these guys. That's the whole point. Once you change the way you plug it in, you could always make something new. Like in Louis, inflation screwed up 7-Eleven. Now it's called 812. It's accounting for 2 days that don't exist. Uh, where are we at here? Bigham, Indiana, and we have plenty. Okay, good. God, you guys worrying me. Like, geez, got me worried for a second. 7-Eleven was only a Japan thing or something. This is so cool, though. This is really cool. This is really exciting, this one. Although I'm wondering, this one, I wonder it because the tip is missing on the Beyblade. Is it supposed to be missing the tip? I don't know. I have to look into that because that's my first ever Beyblade X. I actually have a few Beyblades near me here. I have a few, this one, these ones. I have a few near me here because I was putting some together for a lot. I got a whole bunch of extras. Where are we at here? Tom Laney, Proto, thanks for another stream later. Everyone, have a great weekend. Well, thank you, Tom, for stopping by and enjoying the greatness of the live stream. I'm going to take this moment again to, thank everyone who comes by always with these streams. And again, this is the first one of the year. So, hopefully we'll have a great year of Transformers with all you guys and everyone who are Patreon members and YouTube members. You guys are just the best. You guys are like the most loyal of fans. You know, I love everything that we do here, and that's why I try my best to make the best content humanly possible. Anytime there's Transformer news, I just try to take that wealth of knowledge and research and abilities and give you the best possible product daily, which is kind of crazy to do. I know people think it's absolutely nuts how I do this every single day, but I just, what I always say, if you love something, it doesn't feel like it's work at all. And I always used to look back like during the early Unicron trilogy, whenever a piece of news came out or when a new episode of the show came out or something, I'd spend 2-3 hours talking with people on MIRC, which was like an old chat website, not website, chat program. And I used to spend hours just talking about this. Or if I got a new figure, I'd talk about it. And, you know, was doing that all the time. So why not turn on a camera and make it happen? So love doing it. Love doing it. And I love that people learn stuff from it and everything. It's great stuff. You got us backing you up. Thank you, Somkiat. Thank you so much. You know, it's good stuff. And again, like when I get gifts in the mail, like that's the best. Like whenever I get gifts in the mail and they're really well thought out gifts that are like, just crazy stuff. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun because this is something that I have. Shout out to Edgar. Like, this is Michael Koo, but Edgar Mayoral, Edgar, I'll just say Edgar. He sent me a bunch of Beast Wars blind box stuff, vintage stuff, and I want to open that live on the stream too. Like I want to open that up too, and again, we're planning all kinds of cool stuff. New stuff for 2024. We're gonna be able to look at books together, rare books that I have from the library of Transformer stuff. Gonna crack open all these rare books, all that kind of cool stuff. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Chris with the $5 super chat. If you're in NYC, Chris from NYC, are you? No, you're probably not. You're probably not the guy who runs TFW. Um, if you're ever in NYC, Furniture Plan is where to get TF figures. There is a Quick Randy by there. Just turned 32 yesterday. Oh, happy birthday, Chris. Um, I think I've been to Forbidden Planet. I've been to New York City twice in my life. I went once extremely quickly. So here's the crazy thing. So I've been to New York City twice, never went to any of the Statue of Liberty and any of the monuments. Both times I went, I just went for shopping and then left. Or it was for convention reasons. Um, so one of the times I went, I what I always do is I go to Philadelphia because I have family there, and then I just take a bus in to New York City Island. And the first time I went, it was just shopping in Chinatown, hitting up a few places here and there, and then went back. And then the second time I went was when they were closing down that big Toys R Us in Times Square. And to me, it was just like, oh man, I never got to go check out that Times Square ever. All the times I went to New York, I'm going to go check it out before they close it down. So I went down there, I took tons of footage. And then while I was down there, I went to the Nintendo store down there, which is amazing. So if I go back to New York City, I'll definitely check out Forbidden Planet. I might have went there because I know I hit up a lot of comic book shops there. I just don't remember the names of them. I know that I did hit up a lot of them though. But the big thing for me was going to the Nintendo store. That was a big deal for me. There's footage of that online. Um, I recorded that, geez, 2011, 2012. I got to meet the voice of Super Mario. He was there doing an event for the holidays. At the time, the voice of Super Mario, Charles Martinet. So Marlette. So really fun, really fun. Doesn't Tony Bacala run TFW? Yes, but Tony is not his real name. That's why I said Chris. Tony's not his real name. It's something else. I'm not going to say his full name for his privacy. That's his screen name. But yeah, we will see. We will see. When I'm in New York, I mean, gosh, when is the next time I'm going to be in New York? I do not know. Next trip is probably going to be San Diego Comic Con. I'm going to probably be at SDCC, but when is that? That's in July, June. I have to look that up. Um, so San Diego Comic Con will probably be the next one. Then after that is probably going to be TF Con. I might make a trip to Plattsburgh at some point, and we'll see. But I'd like to go back to New York City. Problem with New York City, it sucks for driving in. I would love to drive in, but parking is a nightmare. So you always have to go to Philadelphia and then take a bus in. And but the thing that sucks is if you take a bus in, you're like limited to how much stuff you could buy. You can't just like buy a bunch of stuff, throw it in the trunk of your car and keep shopping. So like I remember like I hit the Nintendo store, and the Nintendo store they give you like this really nice Zelda bag, but it's made out of paper and cardboard. And so I bought so much stuff that the bag was ripping, and here I am on the New York Metro, and it's like the bags are ripping, and I'm like, oh my god, like you only have so many hands, you can only buy so many things. And because the only way you got here was by a bus, so you have to go all the way back to Philadelphia and then climb the steps of Rocky, which yes, I did do that. Um, because you have to do that when you're in Philadelphia, and get a Philly cheesesteak and get some pretzels, giant pretzels. You got to do it all. Uh, Chris for the $5 super chat. Haha, read it too fast. I'm Quick Randy. Changed my username. Okay, there we go. There we go. So you're not Tony from TFW. Just making sure. I talked with Tony at last TFCon. We had to. I was buying some Magic card stuff from him actually. T-Formers 2002. Speaking of, the hotel and tickets went live for TFCon Toronto. Yeah, I was just told that. I'm surprised how early Colin put it up, because usually Colin does that like one show ends and then the next one happens. So I'm surprised how early that is. But from what I was told, um, because I was talking to Chris Kringle, Cringe McCringle, Chris Kringle, Cringe McCringle. He didn't put up all the stuff yet because usually what they do is they'll put up the custom class. They'll put up like if there's an exclusive guest that has a special rate. So I mean, unless you're someone that's eager to get the premium thing, like the premium entrance, and Colin will hate me for saying this, but wait to get your ticket because if you want to just pay everything in once, there might be other stuff that'll be tacked on afterwards. Unless Colin lets you add it on afterwards. I haven't had to pay in it forever, so I have no idea. I have no idea. Last time I paid for a TFCon ticket was 2006. So T-Formers 2002. Speaking of the hotel and tickets went live. Okay, just saw that. Hold on. Excuse me. Princeton Phalanx 59. Would it be Hasbro's Chris Crocs that's running TFW 2005? No, not in 100 years. It Tony lives in New York City, so that's why he's one of the few Transformer fans that I know that live in New York City, and he runs TFW and all the others. His Tank, Toy Archives, everything. Not Toy Archive, Toy Arc, all of that. It is what it is. It is what it is. We got 15 minutes left, and then we are done for the night. Today has been flying today. Craziness. Craziness, craziness. Sabertron is not run by someone in Montreal. The main editor and news guy on Sabertron is from Montreal. I know him quite personally, a friend of mine, William, and I don't need to hide his name because that's his screen name also. Um, he's from Montreal, but the guy who owns Sabertron is not from Montreal, unfortunately. Same thing. Allspark is owned by Zobivore, who is I don't remember where Zob is located. And then Big Bot is owned by Claude, which is also in Quebec, but not in Montreal. He's off the island. I'm trying to think of some of the other websites. T Formers, I don't know who runs that. T Formers is part of like a network of like stuff that's not really like the Transformer community. It's like part of a giant news toy network. So that one's kind of a weird one. T-Formers is one of those websites. Whenever you visit it, your whole computer slows down or your phone slows down because it's mining information. Not trying to point fingers, but yeah, that's one of those more websites like, uh, Eyes on the Ace. Proto Man knows Santa Claus. Well, Santa Claus is Canadian, in case you didn't know that. If you write a letter to Santa Claus, his postal code is the Canadian postal code. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Look up Google Santa Claus's mailing address for if you want to write a letter to Santa and he'll write it back to you. It's a Canadian address. So I'm just saying. James Hopkins, nothing more hilarious than your 3-year-old saying her first swear word out of the blue. I hope it wasn't repeating me, what I was saying. I don't want to be responsible for that. Hope it wasn't because of me. Yeah, there you go. You know, I'm not HOHO. There you go. And if you actually put in that postal code and see where it actually goes, it's not the north. It's not the North Pole. So it's actually in Canada. Fun fact: Chris Kringle is Canadian, but then again, so is Optimus Prime. He's Montreal Canadian. So okay. No, we were putting her to bed. Okay, good. What happened? She looked at you and went, "I ain't going to effing bed. I want to listen to Proto Man complain about robots that turn into thingamajiggies." I don't blame her. Oh, there goes the Lego stuff. A lot of cool stuff here, man. These Pokemon things too. I'm gonna try to translate these. Look at that. All the starters. Look at that. The history of starters. That's crazy. All the starters throughout the years. That's really cool. All the starters. Look at that. Nice little book. And then the new stuff. Ah, I always dig that kind of stuff. Always dig that kind of stuff. Clark Clint Games Proto. I've heard you say that you like Thomas the Tank Engine. I grew up on Thomas the Tank Engine. Loved it to death. At no joke, at one point when I was a child, I wanted to be a train conductor. At one point, like that was like, when you're a child, you have like a fantasy of what you want to be when you grow up. I wanted to be a train conductor because of Thomas the Tank Engine. My parents, well, my dad built me a giant electric HO scale train set. I still own that train board to this day, although all the buildings and everything have broken off throughout the years. Still own all the HO scale train cars, still own all my old Thomas toys. Love Thomas the Tank Engine. Does your love of Thomas stop there, or do you like real world trains as well? Oh, of course I do. You have to understand when you live in Montreal, metros and trains are how you get around. It's like Japan. Japan has a huge love for like bullet trains and stuff like that because it's a part of their daily commute culture. Montreal, yeah, I have a car, we all have cars, but public transit, because we're an island city like a New York, public transit, trains, metros, big part of our culture. And we love that stuff. We love it. We have a train museum of ancient train stuff just north of Montreal. I want to say like 30 minutes, and it's awesome. It's a beautiful train museum that's north there. And I wish I could I wish I have to go upstairs. Like I have all kinds of like cool train paraphernalia and stuff, and like I have like a guest room in my house, and like I put all like the train stuff in there. Like a lot of cool stuff in there. I was big into trains as a kid. Big into trains, and Thomas was a big part of that. Like most kids who probably got into trains. So, thank you for the question. Wish I don't have any Thomas stuff near here. The only thing that would be Thomas related is the third party one there would be in the glass case, but everything's upstairs, unfortunately. Prince and Phalanx 59 Proto. What's for dinner? I am planning tonight. I bought Vietnamese baguettes, which are like smaller, crispier ones, banh mi's. But I'm using just the baguettes. I have Frank's Red Hot fish wings. I really love those. So I'm gonna have those with the red hot sauce, put it on there. Amazing. I'm gonna be having those tonight. I've been dying to have those for a while. So I bought them yesterday. Been planning that. So good stuff. That's what I'm gonna be having. On the side, I don't know yet. I bought a nice box of After Eights because whenever the holidays end, all of this stuff goes on crazy clearance. So I got like a big metal case. It comes in a tin and everything for $4 Canadian, which is like three something American. So I love these mint After Eight. So I bought a whole bunch of those. So I'll have those on the side. That'll be my little snack. They're tons of sugar though. Oh my gosh. 6 grams of sugar per piece. And I'm probably gonna have like six of these alone in a sitting. So there goes 50% of my sugar for the day. Oh boy. T-Formers 2002. Thomas was my first love, and then Transformers happened. Well, that's why, like, some of my earliest memories, and again, this is different for every age demo, but I grew up watching Thomas because when you live in Canada, BBC television, British broadcasting is put on a lot of our channels. And so we got a lot of early Thomas in the early 80s, with Ringo Starr being the dub, season one and season two. And then uh, it kind of disappeared, and then Shining Time Station was playing on YTV, a very popular Canadian television station. And Shining Time Station was recorded and produced in Canada, so we Shining Time Station was a big part of a lot of Canadians growing up and how they were introduced to Ringo Starr, to Thomas, and everything. Like I knew Ringo Starr from the Beatles because of my father, but so Thomas was a big part of my childhood. But of course, Transformers. But long after I stopped watching Thomas, I loved train sets and everything like that. Again, I wish I had the space. It's no joke. It's like a huge, like 4 feet by like 5 feet, no, even more than that, maybe 6 feet giant piece of wood with grass on it, fake faux astroturf, and the train from the HO scale is on there with the transformer attached to it, not an actual transformer. And my HO scale stuff, amazing. Uh, where are we at? Where are we at? I don't want to miss anything because we're almost done for tonight, so I don't want to miss any questions. PBS showed a lot of Thomas. That's probably how I watched. PBS was also played a lot in Canada. We also have PBS. That's how I watched a lot of Sesame Street growing up. But I'm pretty sure it probably had. Actually, now I think about it, maybe PBS was what played Shining Time Station also. Wouldn't surprise me. Everyone in Canada gets PBS for free. They don't have to pay cable for that. So I know a lot of my friends who didn't have cable would watch Thomas that way. Prince and Phalanx 59 Proto, did you ever get a third party Legends train transformer that looked like Thomas the Train? Yes, I did. I was actually asking about it because I wanted the first time I learned about it was I was at last year's TFCon in Toronto and someone had it. And I was like, oh my God, that exists. And I realized that it was really the reason why I never found out that it existed was apparently everyone who put a listing for it on their stores, they would always censor the face. So I didn't even know it was a thing. But yeah, I found one. I think it was Michael Koo directed me to the link to buy one or something. So I bought one. I have it. It's named Thomas. It's in my third party display. I love it to death. It's my second Transformer Thomas. Based on the first one was that bootleg one all those years ago. Um, Michael Koo says Proto's going to be doing a future segment about the minifig set. Yeah, on Monday or Tuesday, guys. I already covered it briefly at the beginning, but Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to do a big full segment about it because, well, I look, I could talk about it here, but there's a lot of visuals I kind of want to show too that I just didn't have time to plan out to like do nice slides and everything. But stay tuned for that. I'm going to talk about it on Monday for sure. Faux show, I promise. PBS is free in the States too. Awesome. That's how it should be. PBS is good. I always feel that like, you know, and maybe it's just me being an old man, but early Sesame Street, that's some good stuff. That's stuff I'd want my kids watching. Had a little bit of an edge to it. That's what I liked about it. I remember the next generation afterwards of kids who were watching Barney the dinosaur because I remember one of my friends, his little brother was watching. I remember watching Barney and going like, I don't like the message that they're giving to kids here, where everybody is special. I'm special too. It's like you're making kids a little egotistical. You know. Mark Morales with $5 super chat. Happy New Year, Proto. Still have my wooden Thomas set in the garage storage. Childhood memories. I got all of that, baby. First, you have the Erdls. Those are the first versions. They were the die-cast ones. Technically, the very first Thomas merchandise were some paper, folding paper cars and trains that you had to buy from a book. Those are from, I believe, I want to say the 1970s or 60s. Then you have the Erdl metal ones, and then you have the wood ones, which are the next ones, and those are awesome. Fun fact, those actually went on sale at Walmart. They reissued the wood ones just before Thomas Engines Go. I think that's the new one's called. Um, the one thing that I'll just say this. I know we went on a Thomas tangent for a bit. The one thing I love about Thomas the Tank Engine is it's one of those things where there's so many characters that sooner or later there'll be a character named after you. There's still to this day, my real name's Daniel. There's still today there's yet to be a Thomas character that's named Daniel, which sucks. So I'm waiting for that day when they make a Daniel, and he better be cool. Better be like a bullet train or something, or a race car. If he's not going to be a train, make him a race car. Um, make him call him Disaster Daniel or something, Dastardly Daniel. And but they named one after at least my wife, so that's pretty cool. So it worked out in the end. She got one, I didn't. And my sister, she's named after Thomas's passenger car, Annie. So she was lucky from day one. She got Annie from Annie and Clarabelle. T-Formers 2002. Oh man, I was not expecting a Proto Barney impersonation tonight. I need a purple Megatron with me to seal the deal. I don't got one around me, unfortunately. I got one in the right over there. And Baby Bop. Ugh, I remember watching and going like, ugh, I don't know. I don't know. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. Prince of Phalanx, Electric Company, Mr. Rogers, and Captain Kangaroo. Mr. Rogers is awesome. Captain Kangaroo is awesome. Mr. Dress Up, which is a Canadian equivalency, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. And we're almost done for the night. I'm going to take a few more questions and then we will call it quits. Got to bust out all the Thomas stuff one day. It's all upstairs. Like it's on my second floor upstairs because I have like a basement, first floor and second floor in my house. On my second floor in the guest room is all the Thomas stuff. I have tons of it in there. Tons of it. You'd be shocked how much is in there. It's like three big, like huge boxes filled with Thomas stuff, all from the childhood. And once in a while, when I find it in the wild, I pick it up if it's cheap. A lot of really cool stuff. I love those micro ones too that they did. The micro blind packs. Those are really nice too, because they do those based off of different brands. So they did like Power Ranger Thomas, DC and Marvel Thomas. They did what else did they do? I know they did like another. Oh, they did what other brands did they do? But I love them because actually on my Instagram I did the Batman Nightwing Thomas 2-pack one there. I did photography with that one because that was pretty cool. It's a sentient mechanical being. It's almost Transformers. So maybe that puts you in the right direction. Everyone hates the Thomas reboot. You're not alone. The second you took away the classic model trains, I think it ruined everything. Eyes on Ace, Baby Bop and her brother creeped me out. I thought Baby Bop was annoying as hell, and mind you, by the time Barney had come out, I was already like in late grade school. I think almost like high school at that point, probably late grade school. And again, it was my friend, his brother. He had his kid brother was so much younger, and he was watching it. So you have the one TV in the living room, and so we're just kind of sitting waiting for him to finish Barney so we could play like Super Nintendo, and we were just watching going like, wow, like, Sesame Street at least, had a little bit of an edge. Sesame Street would like parody popular music and stuff. Barney was just brain dead. And then I get to high school and then Teletubbies was popular. And you watch Teletubbies and you go, oh my God, like this, you have to be brain dead to like enjoy Teletubbies. So it's like I feel like they're trying to create a dumber future. I don't know. I don't know. But Thomas was awesome. I don't remember my name in Thomas, but Bob the Builder had my back with Travis the Tractor. Oh, there you go. At least you got. You know what? Go to like a Thomas wiki, type Travis, see what comes up. But that's what's cool is most people, if you have like a pretty basic name, most people their name is based off of a Thomas character, which is pretty cool. And then you could find your Thomas character that's based off of you, which is awesome. Share the same name at least. Ashnud, my son, 10 years old, is so mad about the new Thomas. Really, really, he hates it. Wow. Well, that's the good thing. You could just go on YouTube, play all those old episodes. And if you run out of Thomas, you have Theodore the Tugboat, which is kind of like a spin-off series, the same DNA. So Theodore the Tugboat's really good too. That's a nice one. Uh, Watched Barney, grew out of Sesame Street. I don't know if you could grow out of it, but it is what it is. Caillou, oh God, that Caillou is a Canadian creation, a French Canadian creation, and we are embarrassed by it that it even got out to the rest of the world. Oh God, Caillou is a psychopath. Anyways, guys, we are done for the night. What a way to close it up. We always have weird stuff at the end, don't we, guys? We always have weird conversations. Anyways, guys, thank you for the love and support as always. Thank you, Michael Koo, for all the cool stuff in the mail. We will definitely enjoy it, to say the least, especially this Beyblade. We maybe take a photo shoot of this too. I'm gonna crack it open and take some nice photos with it. Maybe it needs a new tip. Yeah, but yeah, thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you for tuning in like you always do. We'll have some brand new segments starting Monday. It was a quiet week this week, but I should try to get some stuff out. Monday we'll have a new segment. Hopefully there'll be a good Transformer Tuesday and we'll have a bunch of good stuff to talk about. And yeah, and then next live stream, I don't want to make any promises. We'll probably try to do something a little different with a setup. I'll see. Maybe we'll do a test during the week. I'm not sure yet. I'm planning a whole bunch of things right now. I know Friday I got some stuff I got to work on and everything, car related stuff. So it's a whole other story. But yeah, Thank you for all the love and support, people. Thank you for everyone who showed up, all the Patreon people, all the YouTube people, all the great super chats that we got here today. Goober, who's in the chat, Ninjatron, Aaron Archer, who are not YouTube members, just some good VIP buddies of mine. Um, love it, love it all, just great. And again, if you want to continue supporting the podcast, join the Patreon. That's probably the best way. If Patreon's not your thing, again, also check out YouTube membership. Those are those beautiful green names with the glorious Transformer logos next to them. Remember, if you've been a YouTube member for a long period of time, you could actually choose which icon you want. You could go back and switch your icons to which one you want, so you don't have to have RC if you don't want to or stuff. So, and as we get more members, we add more icons so people get choices. But thanks for the love and support. I'm out of here. Gonna go have me some fish wings and just enjoy the rest of the evening. Now I'm gonna make me want to dig through some of my Thomas stuff. Now go dig out Diesel or or James. I like James, maybe because he's red. Nice vehicle. Anyways, guys, actually Percy was cool too. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Love y'all. I'm out.